Welcome back to another episode of Baguettes and Asbos, where I have removed this seat so that I can fit my SW Motorsports half bolting cage, MS UK spec, race red. Cage hasn't actually turned up yet. I ordered it last week, so if you're watching this, that means that it's arrived and we've managed to get it fitted. So in one of the past videos, you saw us go to Mike's and get his car at hibernation. Mike's, we bought that fully done. It's got cage all been painted in the back, all the wiring loom, cable management's done very nicely, so that gave me some inspiration to do mine because I've been planning to do it. So I did start stripping out all the wires and painting the back of it, which you'll probably see more of in this video. You'll even see us removing some of the sound deadening. To paint the back of the car, I used some black underseal paint, which is a little bit more robust. It wouldn't stick to this sound deadening, so I've decided to remove it. Once I've removed this, I give it a quick sand, give it a clean, and then give it a once over with some paint, and you'll see the results in a minute. There she is, all painted up, back to black, as Amy Winehouse once said. And now on to removing the seat. Out and the cage on the way, we can start getting this footplate unpackaged and we'll get that installed. Drilling this first hole was a little bit tough, but the other three were a lot easier. The kit came with some rivets, but I've got out my trusty rib nut tool, which will make it a bit easier to get it in and out in the future. With the rib nuts in, we can bolt it down and we have a footplate installed. Right, so back in the garage of dreams, it's a very wet and rainy, miserable day, but the roll cage has arrived. Now, as you can see, there's not much space in the garage. I was planning on doing this on the drive, but because it's raining, I'm going to squeeze in here. That being said, I'm going to have to put the camera down while I unwrap this. Right, so I've got half of the packaging off, well, most of the packaging. I've left it on the feet so I don't scratch the car too much when I'm getting this in, because I need to try and manoeuvre this in on my own. And as you can see, it's a very tight squeeze. Wish me luck. It's a bit of a different design to what I expected. I thought I was going to have to bolt it through here with a plate, but it doesn't. It bolts in down there, which I like. And on the one that I saw on the image, because this was higher up here, these bars were sort of lower down here and it was more angled forward. But I really like this, prefer this. I just need to get it drilled and bolted down at the front. Job done. Yeah boy. As you can see, I'm using a small drill bit to make a pilot hole first, and then I'll go up in stages till I bore it out to about 10 mil so I can get these bolts through. And once I've got all the holes drilled out, there's a plate that goes underneath and I can bolt it through. What you can't see is I've got the spanner underneath holding the nut, and I'm using the Ugga Dugga to get it FT. It's actually clamped down onto the sound deadening, so you can see it's compressing that sound deadening and getting it nice and tight. Well, that was much easier than expected. Just bolted through the floor and then bolted into those seatbelt mounts at the back. Yeah, she's snug. She's looking good. Now I'll get this harness wrapped up. As you can see, off camera I've already done one of these harnesses. That's because I was watching YouTube as I was doing it. But it has made me look like a professional doing this second one. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing, but trust me, I don't. I'm using an LV4 bracket. That probably means more to someone out there than it does to me, but I just like the look of this one. These are 4-point bolt-in TRS harnesses. I'll probably upgrade these in the future, but for now they'll do the job. Same with the cage, probably a stepping stone to a full cage. What I believe now, I should be able to run slips if I decide to. I believe it's down to the track day organiser whether I can or not, so I'll have to look it up, see if the regulations have changed. Right, now we've got to adjust the front. This is a proper faff doing this, getting the lap belt in the right position around your waist, and then getting the shoulder straps lined up. I was in and out the back a couple of times, so I'll crop the video because you don't want to see that. I'm going to invest in a hands device as well, because using a normal seat belt in an impact, you rotate away from the belt. With a harness you're strapped in and your head's just going to be flung forward. So a hands device helps protect. So the cage is in, drilled through the floor, bolted through the plates, bolted in the back here into the seatbelt mounts, faffed through the harnesses, got the harnesses in. I'm using LV4 brackets to wrap this harness up, and I've just cable tied the excess, so that's looking nice. Right, okay, so 2 weeks from today, Cadwell Park's booked. Since the last track day, we've had the cage fitted, BC coilovers fitted, brakes all around as you've seen on the previous video. So hopefully we'll get some massive gains on this car. I need to rotate the tyres. I was running the tyre temperatures, the tyre pressures quite low, so I've got some wear on the inside of the fronts. I'll get them swapped to the backs to the front, and then we should be good to go. I have got a wire that I've ordered from the battery that I'm going to run up here to the GoPro, so I can have that permanently on. And then I've got a colleague from work 3D printing me a GoPro mount, so we should be ready to roll. I need to get the seat back in as well. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. We're still trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers. And also, don't forget, tell your mum and tell your nan.